Hello. Today I'm going to talk about something that impacts every conversation we have, every relationship we build, and even the way we handle our certain situations. It's going to be about EI, referred to as emotional intelligence. My name's Lynell, and I will be your presenter today. EQ versus IQ. Again, this is about EQ, not IQ. Because IQ is really not going to be the champion. The real champ is EQ. And why is EQ the champ? Well, because it's more important. It's going to be what helps build strong relationships. Make your communication better, make you a better leader. Hope you remain calm and be able to handle situations appropriately, as well as drive teamwork, trust, and success in the real world. It's just to measure your logic. IQ is a score intended from a standardized test designed to assess human intelligence, where EQ refers to an individual's ability to understand, use, and manage their own emotions in an effective way. Goleman emphasizes that emotional intelligence develops based on specific life experiences and intentional actions over time, according to Goleman and many other emotional intelligence scholars. EI gradually progresses and evolves continuously through practice, feedback, and self-evaluation. My research highlights that emotional intelligence is influenced by early childhood experiences, particularly through attachments with parents or caregivers. Puberty brings increased emotional intensity and a heightened need for social connection, which can challenge teenagers' ability to manage their emotions effectively. However, this also provides opportunities to learn and increase EI through emotional regulation, conflict resolution, empathy, and interactions with peers and mentors. I want you to try to relate to an experience. Was the experience a positive one or a negative one? Think about self-success and the importance of emotional intelligence. Okay. Now consider how the situation impacted you and your environment. Rather, the experience was positive or negative. Stress possibly impacted you alternatively. Example, if a manager is screaming and angry, rude, versus them being calm, happy, polite, you possibly may not be as receptive. Being self-aware is really your foundation of emotional intelligence. Negative impact over time really impacts us just as much as positive impact does. If we can refocus our attention, we may have the ability to skillfully manage how we perceive our stressful scenarios. The four key components of emotional intelligence, EQ, are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Through distinctive phases, each characterized by specific developmental tasks, social expectations, and biological changes. This knowledge is particularly relevant to career success, relationship building, self-esteem, and motivation. As these areas are deeply intertwined with our emotional states and the life stages we experience, emotional intelligence is key for navigating workplace dynamics and achieving professional goals. Healthy relationships depend on emotional awareness and empathy. Self-esteem impacts stress significantly impacts emotional development across the lifespan. Understanding the mechanisms by which stress affects emotional development and implementing strategies to mitigate its negative effects is crucial for promoting emotional well-being and resilience. Let's go more in depth on shared perspective from more profound scholars.
Amount to mastery in any subject. There are basically three modes of attention I want to call your attention to, and here's a schematic. So this is generally the relationship between performance, say this is high, this is low, and this is the horizontal line is brain activity, particularly levels of stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline. And the relationship is very telling. It goes like this. It's an upside-down U. And the highest performance is when attention is absolutely 100%, maybe 110%. It's been called flow. Flow is discovered, for those of you who don't know about it, by researchers who asked people in many different domains of expertise, basketball players, ballerinas, neurosurgeons, tell us about a time you outdid yourself. You were absolutely at your best, even you were surprised. And no matter what the domain was, people were describing the same phenomenological state. And one of the characteristics of the state is that attention is utterly absorbed. There was a neurosurgeon who said, I had to do a surgery, an operation that I didn't really know if I could. It was so difficult. But I did it superbly. I was really surprised myself. At the end of the surgery, I looked around and I saw some rubble in the corner of the operating theater. I said, what happened? They said, while you were operating, the roof caved in over there, and you didn't notice. It's that kind of attention. It's unbreakable. It's also a state where your skills are called upon at the utmost, and whatever the demand is, you can meet it. You're very flexible, very adaptable. And very tellingly, it's a state that feels good. It's like rapport. Rapport is mutual flow, interpersonal flow. So that's when focus is 100%. When you have too much to do, too little time, too little support, when you feel overwhelmed, you're down here. And the stress hormones at their highest, you're in a state which was called recently in the scientific journal
Label the specific emotions you are experiencing. Practice mindfulness. Focus on the present moment without judgment to become more aware of your feelings. Seek feedback. Ask trusted individuals for constructive criticism to gain insights into your behavior and its impact on others. Keep a journal. Regularly write down your experiences, feelings, and how you handled situations to identify patterns and triggers.